Hey guys, welcome back. So I am about to cast up a couple more R2D2 parts here. It's not very exciting, and there's 9,000 videos online of people doing this, but I figure, what the heck, I might as well do it on camera because why not? So I'm going to connect to this GoPro here, say control, and we got the little view of the area. It looks like it is working. So how's the battery on this thing? This GoPro it works great, except the battery life on it is terrible. This is the Hero 3. I heard that the 3 Plus improved it. Now they're to like the 5. I would like to get one of the new ones soon. And my wife has another model GoPro that's I like a lot, and I'm going to try to hijack that thing from her soon enough. But anyway, I'll stop rambling here and let's get started. So, all right, let me hit record. There it goes. All right, it's recording. So, what the heck is that? Boy, I don't even know how much time I have on this thing. What does it say here? An hour, 37 minutes? I hope that's right. Holy cow. Okay, let's do this. Phone is over there. So, got my measuring cup. It's all gross, nasty thing. This part I'm making it's a little over 9 ounces. I always mix up 10 just to be on the safe side. I'm using Smooth Cast 300 resin, casting resin. This stuff kicks off pretty quickly, so we can probably watch it here. I'm going to pour this to right around 5 ounces. There's no 5-ounce marker, so I'm just going to eyeball it in. And then I'm eyeballing in the part B. That was part A I just poured. Part B, we're going to take that all the way up to the 10. Boop. Here we go, a little more. A little more. There we go. And then we're going to stir it. Super, super duper exciting. So I only have 2 more of these left to make, and then we will be all finished for the day with this stuff. I have been working on that, the casting for the alien head that I molded. The mold is done. It is basically cleaned out, so I will be putting latex in that after I'm done with this. And hopefully I can, by tomorrow, or maybe the next day, I'll be able to pull a casting of that alien head, the first one. I had a couple mishaps while I was making that mold that were... I'll show you once I'm done. I'll show you the mold, and I can show you what happened. But it looks like it's going to work totally fine, but I had a scary incident where my mold wall that was separating the side with the plaster from the side with no plaster got knocked off of the freaking sculpture halfway through the process, and basically a bunch of the plaster leaked through and the mold wall got pretty much ruined, and I had to try to reassemble it while the plaster was wet. And it worked. It's back together. The mold is open. It's in 2 pieces like it should be, but that was not a fun experience. So hopefully the mold works all right and everything still should. So anyway, here we go. I'm basically checking the top. There's a tiny bit of a lip around the edge here. I always run the stir stick around just to make sure that there's no bubbles caught right up to that very edge. Another thing you can do to get rid of these bubbles is you can spray a little hit of mold release on the surface. Will kill any surface bubbles, but I'm going to avoid doing that because this part has to be glued down, and I don't want it to be too much of a pain to glue. But look at that, it's like the almost perfect amount of resin in there. And it should start kicking off pretty soon here. We'll be able to watch it down here on the camera as it goes. Like a little gook in there. We're gonna go soon. Looks like it's starting to cloud up. I'm gonna store this. Now, one thing when you're casting with this resin, the part A and the part B, you want to get them as equal as possible. But if you have to be over on one or the other, you want to be over on the part A. If you have to be. If you can't get it dead even, go over a little bit on the part A. But if you go over on the part B, it'll cure strangely. You'll get issues and it'll feel oily to the touch, and it makes it harder to paint. Another thing that I did before I put the camera on, because I'm a dope, is I put some baby powder in the mold, and I pretty much brush it out or blow it out with my air compressor. And some people say this is a mold release. It is not a mold release at all. When you put baby powder in there, what that does is it grabs into the little, all the spaces on the surface, and it helps the resin find its way into all the little nooks and crannies. Look, it's kicking off. Magical! So that'll be the main bit of it, and then it'll finish out here in a few minutes. But, so yeah, totally exciting. Oh yeah, but the baby powder, it helps draw the resin into all the nooks and crannies, so that if you have a lot of detail, it will help the resin get in there. The good example are those Death Star droids that I did a while back. If you see any that I do without the resin, without the powder, and the ones that I've done with the powder, the detail like in the mouth area and everything is 10 times better when I use powder. And it's easier to paint. This powder helps the surface hold on to paint a little easier too. Now you still, when you are going to paint a resin casting, you should still wash it. I put them in a bucket with a little bit of dish soap and just rinse them off, and it usually helps get any surface oils off. But there it goes. It's kicking off. Totally exciting. When it's done, it will look like one of these guys, and it'll be great. And then I'm going to sand them, and we're not going to watch that because that's boring. But that's it. I'll be back soon. I'll be back probably tomorrow with some updates on those alien heads. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys soon.